Well, hello, my YouTube friends and family. So, I have a message that I want to send out to my local customers if you're watching my channel. I am a one-woman show, so that means I can't afford to do a helper, and this is actually the store I run by myself. Sometimes emergencies will come up, like I had a local, a friend of mine who's never been back to my store, and that's fine, that's her choice. But my daughter was delivering twins, and I got called out on an emergency call, and I can't help I couldn't be here because family does come first with me. And this is where a lot of people have issues when they run a store, and they're the only one that runs a store, is that times come up that you just have to close. So, like, today I had a couple customers show up. Well, sometimes I have doctor's appointments that I do make around my store, but I'm late getting back. Or sometimes I'm sick. Or sometimes I could even be on the toilet and I have the store door locked. People really need to take into consideration, I'm not Walmart. Not being rude, but I don't have an array of people working in my store. And there has been times these issues popped up and I don't have to explain somebody that I'm using the toilet and I can't answer the door. People should take into consideration that there are times that people can't be there when it's a mom and pop shop. I just cannot be 50 people. I wish I could clone myself, but I can't. So I'm sorry for the inconvenience of people who have showed up at my store and I have not been here. Usually I post on Facebook if it's closed for the entire day. But sometimes if it's an appointment and I end up being late getting back, I just don't post it. I guess I could put it in the window, but I can't really say when I'll be back if I don't know. So I could just put closed until then, and then, a person, they could wait outside and still get furious because it could take me 2 hours to get home. I don't know when I get home from doctor's appointments at times because some of my doctors have busy offices and some don't. So without further ado, don't forget about the birthday giveaway. And today's books that I am going to be showing you are 25-cent books. But I am sorry for the inconvenience, just so you guys know. If you do show up, so maybe it's better if you call before you actually show up to my store. So that's out of the way. I don't want to discuss it anymore. And I'm sorry if people get disgruntled and get upset, but I can't help it because I'm only one person. So without further ado, the 25-cent books today are Billy Graham in Budapest, and these are still biblical. This is by Edward E. Plowman and John N. Akers. These are 25 cents today. So this has a little bit of writing in it. Copyright, I'm not really sure. It doesn't have one, but this is what it looks like. So you guys know. And gals. I always say you guys, but I mean gals too. The second one is Revelation Biblical by Irving L. Jensen. And this is what this book looks like. But don't forget, if you order through my Etsy, it has to be like $2 or more to make it worth a purchase. And I can bundle books that you're interested in up to $2. Okay, so this one here is called New Call for Peacemakers. This is by Maynard, Shelly. And this is what this book looks like. And the copyright on this one is 1979. This one here, the copyright is 1971. And then this one here is No One Hears But Him by Taylor Caldwell. And the copyright is 1966 for this one. And then this one is called The Kingdom by Pat Robertson with Bob Slosser. And the copyright on this one is, so I think it's a 1982. Yeah, 1982. This is what this book looks like. And then the next one is called Re-Entry. And this is by John Wesley White, Ph.D. And the copyright on this one says 1972. This is the 5th printing. So this is what this looks like. And the synopsis of this book says, Dr. Graham in his foreword, the theme of re-enters, the second coming of Jesus Christ is urgently needed in this preaching of the church today. Probably no gospel theme apart from ye must be born again is more relevant today as I preach on some facet of this subject in virtually all of my crusades. Our world is filled with fear, hate, lust, greed, war, and utter despair. Surely the second coming of Jesus Christ, his re-entry, is the only hope of replacing these depressing features with trust, love, universal peace, and prosperity. For it the world wittingly or inadvertently waits. And then the next one is How to Handle Tough Times. And this is by Norman Vincent Peale. And this is what this looks like. This is a little book. This is a teeny book. Be cute. I like little books too. And then this one here is The Leadership Book by Charles J. Keating. And the copyright on this is 1978. So this is what this book looks like. And then this one here is called God is for the Alcoholic by Jerry G. Dunn. And the copyright in this book is 1975. It's the 10th printing. The original is 1965, but I'd say this is 1975. Now this one here has where it looks like somebody cut their name off the top of the page. So sometimes they do that too. I told them I'd rather them work it out, but you know, it's their book before they bring it in. For some reason, my phone's going fuzzy. And then in the center of this is The Mind Under Blood, like it had a little pamphlet in this. And, you know, sometimes I leave the pamphlets in the books. And then this has a little bit of pencil underlining that can be erased. But that's it. Nice book. And then this one here is Hotline to Heaven by Francis Gardner Hunter. And the copyright is 1973. And this one here, the same thing. It's got a little cut page where it looks like they cut their name off. And this has got a little card in it. Here's your answer. Like it looks like a little scripture page. So this comes in the book. And this one says, Frances Gardner Hunter knows that prayer is a method of instant communication between herself and God. She reveals many stories of prayer helps in her own life, in taxis, airplanes, TV studios, hotel lobbies, everywhere and anywhere. Having discovered how to pray, knowing that it works, Mrs. Hunter is convinced that prayer is an undiscovered force for many Christians. The humor, realism, and often blunt language of this book will pry the reader loose from traditional and feel free to find his own hotline to heaven. So this looks like a good book. So with that is the books of the day. And I will leave everything linked below my Etsy shop. So if you want to contact me there, you can contact me there and bundle books. I take a pencil and paper whenever I'm doing an online shopping and write down stuff. And that way I can bundle stuff so it can all be sent to me at once. And it makes it cool to be able to do it that way. And I also have people offline who make lists and then they come in with their book list. They'll actually call me or text me through Messenger and I'll get them ready. And then they come and purchase like a box for, a bag for, whatever I have to put them in. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day. And thank you for spending some of your time with me on my channel. Bye. Mwah.